Hey guys, what's up? Another late night rambling. This one titled Talking Point Smash Rainbow Coalition. And you might be wondering, why did he name it that? Or title it that? Well, today we'll be specifically talking to the black people who reside in America and seem to have no foresight of how they're still getting their asses whooped, and claim that they're part of Fred Hampton's Rainbow Coalition, or we gotta have a Rainbow Coalition. No, there's nobody coming to save your ass. I don't know how many times we gotta go through this. How many years? Right now, fucking centuries. It's been centuries. Centuries. Almost 500 years, if not already 500 years of you getting your ass whooped, and you're still claiming, oh, we gotta unite with the other colors or people of color, whatever the fuck that term means. There's a lot of people say people of color and black people. Wait, aren't you a person of color too? So why the fuck would you say person of color and black people? Anyway, Talking Point Smash Rainbow Coalition. There is no fucking Rainbow Coalition. I know a lot of people like to pretend like, if they just join hands with the next quote unquote colored person next to them and take down the system of capitalism and rise up in communism and some form of socialism or whatever Twitter emoji hammer and sickle shit you'd like. Arrange those as you like. You think that, but when we go back in history, right? Right back in history. For example, now it's popular to have Fred Hampton Rainbow Coalition, which equates to black people being duped again, thinking other people are coming to save their asses. But when Fred Hampton passed, and you see what happened to the Black Panthers, were pretty much dispersed and ran out the country and they were locked up as political prisoners for years, decades upon decades. And where was this rainbow to get these political prisoners out, or Asada Shakur back into the country as a free person, a free woman? Where was this rainbow fucking coalition? You only ever hear about this shit is when everyone else is also getting their asses kicked, and they equate their troubles to, oh, well, I'm treated just like a black person. No, no, and no. No, you're not. You're not being treated like the average Negro in America. You're not third, fourth, and fifth class citizens. It's just not happening. None of your, you didn't create a town and it get bombed. Like, I don't know any Koreatown or Chinatown that has been bombed by the United States within the United States. The only, people's town who has a foothold on that is black people with Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Move, and a few others. Or, never heard of a riot to pretty much move out other people of color from their towns, other than pretty much black towns, by your usual jar mayonnaise. So there is no rainbow coalition to come and save your ass. Now I know, moving to modern day, you got oatmeal head, Mr. Listen Fat, vote for Trump, or the other Biden, or you got the dementia patient with a rainbow of corruption in his cabinet. And I'm sorry, Negroes, none of those people are coming to save you either. Especially those of you, for some reason, black people have a real large tendency to go to the shit lib route. Like, you just become shit libs or neoliberals, or you go the other way and ultra conservative, which still makes no sense. You go extremes of the spectrum instead of staying to focus on, hey, maybe we should do for us rather than have everybody else ride our fucking coattails. But hey, I guess after 495 years, almost 500 years, if you haven't learned by now, you're an old dog that won't ever learn any new tricks. All right. So when you have people like the Fred Hampton leftists and all these other fucksticks that tell you gotta reach across this way and that way and make sure we have. Yeah, listen, I don't give a fuck how hard you rally for whatever political party, whether it be MPP, which is the third party, which also has fucking issues with Nick Bronner and the other leaders of it all. You join these idiots called the DSA, which for some reason they have socialists and then Democratic Socialists of America, but they always, coincide with whatever the Democratic Party wants, and that's less than what socialism is. Despite your squad with AOC and Ilhan Omar and the Jamal Bowman and Corey Bush League, and they still just pat mama. They want to get patted on the head by Nancy Pelosi, which is she had, I think, a less popularity than fucking Trump. Go fucking figure. Probably right around peak Bush era, where her popularity is fucking in the toilet, like the rest of Congress. But even with that, Rainbow Coalition, we gotta join forces with other people who have done nothing for you for fucking decades. Literally nothing fucking for you. I don't understand this shit. Right? So now you got the whole Asian hate, stop the Asian hate thing. And you still got black people being gunned the fuck down in the streets where Asian people are being yelled at about a virus that may or may not have been created in a lab in Wuhan. I don't know. There's been a Jimmy Dore episode about that where you had a ex-head of the CDC virologist who pretty much goes, this is probably created in the fucking lab. But hey, right? So you got to stop the Asian hate thing. But you never really had to stop the anti-blackness thing. Nothing from your rainbow pals. Nothing at all. The quote-unquote Latinxes or Latinos have been getting gunned down by the police, but when you're getting gunned down by the police, well, most of them. Where's La Raza and all these people? They're pretty much nowhere to be fucking found. But hey, we can, have various people, Captain America Negroes and militant integrationists to tell you you gotta join the Rainbow Coalition or else, even though black people have been experiencing or else forever. And I know people go, whoa, we had some people holding up signs, and I'm sorry, anybody could hold up a sign. If the rest of the Rainbow Coalition, the rest of the people of color really wanted to help black people, you think they'd fight for reparations. And when I say that, I don't mean the ADOS FBA dumb shit, where it's just a bunch of individual Negroes that want individual checks cut for them so they can cake out and then go back to complaining about the same shit they've been complaining about for fucking ever. I mean, reparations to like a country like Liberia, where black people have built the country. Black Americans left America and went over to Liberia and built the country. Then you had the CIA involvements and the coup and all that, because God forbid black people anywhere else does better than America. You can't have that with the psychopaths that run the fucking country. But you would think if you can fight for reparations for a country like Liberia, you can go over with various skill sets and you have a place of your own, rather than constantly pretend some Rainbow Coalition, which is just a new thing. Well, not a new thing, but a re-brought up thing that didn't work before, because nobody gave a fuck after Fred Hampton died and the rest of Black Panthers pretty much got shit on. They just no rainbows, all the colors out the rainbow just drained. Like, we didn't see a rainbow anymore. But this Rainbow Coalition go, hey, maybe black people have a nation of their own and can get their shit together. Instead of constantly in the struggle to just repeat the fucking cycle over and over again. We gotta build communes and other dumb shit. Because, that the government doesn't have a history just fucking that up at all, right? Remember Move in Philly, where they tried to do their own thing and they got fucking bombed. Also, there is that bit about trying to start a rainbow commune, right? It is illegal to even collect rainwater in most states. What? I can tell you attended college. Well, anyway. You can't collect rainwater in most states. Also, in places like Florida, you can't even be off the grid. It's illegal. You can't generate your own power. Which, if it wasn't illegal to be off the grid, which is usually privately owned, Texas, remember that whole thing in Texas where people were freezing to death because the power grid failed, and then they tried to blame it on a couple, windmills, which was 20% of Texas's power grid. Everything else is pretty much coal. And every time somebody said, hey, maybe you should winterize. Maybe you should winterize your infrastructure. No, we can't do that. There's no money in that, even though people are paying out the ass for basic services like electricity and fucking water. So there's that with the whole fucking rainbow commune. That's not gonna work. That's not happening. Another thing is build a rainbow town in America. Yeah, that's not happening at all. Because again, you got to pay taxes to the same place that makes it illegal to be off its infrastructure. That there is no fucking Rainbow Coalition coming to save your black ass. I know it sounds harsh and somebody might get triggered. But hey, fuck it. Whatever. You get triggered, you get triggered. It's just a fucking fact. And I really don't see any the black communists rising up. No, it's not happening. Honestly, the only real solution, other than hoping somebody else comes to save your ass, and somebody else of somebody else of somebody else who come to save your asses, look towards the future. Everybody else is going to the fucking continent. Why the fuck are you still wanting to be stuck here? Second and third class citizens still getting knocked off in the fucking streets. Chauvin pretty much was pushed on the sword so riots wouldn't happen. They literally was like, well, we don't, there's a new administration. We really don't need 2020 summer era riots happening because we let a jackass off the fucking hook once again. Like the cop that killed Tamir Rice, still he got back on the force. Rainbow Coalition didn't stop that bullshit. Antifa ain't fucking stop it. Ain't nobody coming to stop the shit. Makia Boyd, still no justice. And there's so many fucking names to fucking mention. And of course, every time I do want to do one of these, the fucking phone goes off. Goddamn. But anyway, like I was saying, don't be fooled by rainbow coalitions or you gotta join this Twitter group or this Facebook group. Focus on one thing. Get a fucking passport. Travel the fucking world. There's a black guy in Japan that opened up a animation studio. If he can do that in Japan and you can barely, breathe in America, hey, maybe consider traveling. I'm not saying you gotta live in Japan, but there's a whole fucking planet out there. And going back to Liberia, if you want more information on that, link is in the description. There's a dude named Jabari who's pretty much an expert on Liberia. He can tell you the ins and outs. He has videos on it. And imagine going somewhere and not having to worry if you're a second or third class citizen, not having to worry about I gotta buy black, make sure I buy it, because why? The whole country's run by motherfuckers that look like you. You ain't gotta, hope somebody else is in the coalition with you and want to do business with you because they also in the coalition. No, you get to vote for people that look like you. You get to do business with people that look like you. If you're an entrepreneur or you got a business idea, is money to be made, especially on the internet field and internet. The continent needs way better internet. It's fucking horrible. It's like AOL days of internet over there. Like if you have any kind of skill at all, automotive, computer technology, computer science, fuck it, a psychology, virologist, a nurse, any kind of useful skill, you can literally go back and build up Liberia, and you don't have to worry about, hoping somebody else is in a coalition and think just like you. So that's all I had to say on that. It's like it's fucking ridiculous. Where you got idiots on Twitter go, motherfuckers said they want to go back to Africa and start a nation. Y'all sound like colonizers. No, you sound like a jackass. You sound like a jackass. Not the people who actually want to go and get power and get out of the constant Joker and Batman relationship with the white power structure here, and hopefully they can join a coalition and put fucking stupid ass emojis on their TikTok and fucking Twitter accounts, and constantly have to, you gotta get in the streets to make the system better. Yeah, the system's done. I'm sorry, America's fucking done. America's done. Macabre. I can tell you attended college. What did you major in? Does your channel accept? No. Well, if I guess they're gone now. So didn't even see that before. Didn't even see these comments. Wasn't really paying. Sorry about that. But no, channel that doesn't accept super chats because the YouTube standards. I'm not big enough yet, and probably won't be big enough unless I start making goofy ass fucking content that relates to nothing at all. Because if I magically did get big enough, then I just get shadow banned. So yeah, there's that. Well, anyway, people, just know there's no rainbow coalition. There's just motherfuckers wanting to use you as a convenient means to gain power. And don't join a coalition when you can't coalesce with your fucking self. If you can't look the man and the woman in the mirror and be comfortable with doing business, saying hello, smiling back, anything with somebody that looks just like you in the fucking mirror, I'm sorry, all these other motherfuckers, yeah, they're a waste of fucking time. Because there's no guarantee once they get a slice of the pie that black people, you yourself, will also get a slice without having to conform again to to not being able to really be you, or just still being a token, which most of the motherfucking the heat turned on. Well, most of the fucking quote unquote left loves to do. They love that id poll bullshit, and the right does the same thing. Just is more noticeable. Like the right is pretty much stab you in the front, and the so-called left, which there's no actual fucking left in the country, it just smiles and slides the knife in your fucking ass, in your ass crack. Well, peace, people. There's no fucking rainbow coalitions.